Afternoon, boys. How are we all? It is Monday, what date is it today? 24th of July. I'm about to go and train push, and I thought to myself, I've not taken the boys along to the gym with me for a while, which is actually probably what they want to see. So, today, I'm going to be taking you through my push session. There's a few changes since I last showed you it. Obviously, with my physique, my chest, as you all know, is a strong point, and so my delts need to be brought up. So today, I'm going to be taking you through my more delt-focused push day to show you how I set that up, and I'm also going to be showing you what my physique is looking like at the moment, because it's been a week, and a week in prep is a long time. Your physique can change a lot. Right, so first port of call is warm the fuck up, because obviously I've still got somewhat of a shoulder injury. It hasn't just disappeared overnight. Yes, it's a lot better to the point where I'm actually allowed to train properly. But what you never ever want to do when you've got an injury, right, is get complacent. I've done that in the past. I've thought, my shoulder's getting better, it's fine. I'll skip my warm up today, and then I fuck my shoulder. So if you've got an injury, do your prep, do your warm-up exercises, do not skip them, even if it starts to feel better. So I'm going to do those now, then we're going to go on to the high incline Smith. I'll explain exactly why in a second. If you've never tried doing Y raises, right, before you do push, trust me when I say this, even if it's just light, I've done one set of like 15 reps there, no weight at all. You're trying to get that upper arm right overhead, into that overhead position. Think about your scapula, keeping it down, not letting it wing, and let it naturally just rotate upwards. And trust me, when you come to press, your scapula, your shoulder, everything will just feel so much more stable. As my physio said the other day, do your X's, Y's and T's. Do the lock 3 shoulder routine, which is why I was lying on the floor. Do your Y raises. Trust me, your shoulder health, your shoulder mobility, your shoulder strength will all improve. Oh mate, the difference that makes. I feel stable now. No, the fuck. The mark. So the mistake I see a lot of people making when it comes to any press, your hand positioning matters, right? So when you press, you don't want your hands too narrow, to the point where it's almost like a tricep press and you're getting a lot of elbow flexion when you're pressing. And you don't want them too wide to the point where you're putting yourself at risk of injuring your shoulder. So what you want to find is a grip width on the bar where at the bottom of the range of motion, right, your wrist is stacked underneath your elbow so that when you drive straight back up, it's in a straight line. So for me, this is about this finger here. What finger is that called? That's like your ring finger, isn't it? Ring finger? Index. No, index is that one, isn't it? Fingering finger.
Use that one.
What?
Use that one.
Well, what do you use, your pinky?
Yeah, pinky and thumb.
Pinky, one in the pink, one in the sting. Any girls watching this are going to be absolutely disgusted. Yeah. So there you can see that grip width for me is perfect. You also want to think about tucking your elbows slightly, so think about bending the bar and that will tuck your elbows in for you. You don't want to be pressing out here, you want them in a little bit. Now if I was to place this exercise a little bit later on in the workout, let's say third exercise, let's say your front delts are more of a strong point and you want to prioritise your chest, then I wouldn't have the band. Because by that point, your front delts are probably fatigued already in their shortened range, and so you want to rinse the lengthened. They're going to keep hold of their strength in that lengthened, that more stretched position for a lot longer than they will in that shortened position, which is why you used to see me do a pec fly before I would then press, because of that exact reason. Still missed it.
Come on. Good.
So you see there how that last rep was a grinder from like start to finish, and the rep speed on the way back up was really slow. That's what you want. That's what you're aiming for. That's what happens, right, when you pick an exercise where the resistance profile matches the strength profile. So for example, if you were to do a dumbbell lateral raise, they'd reach a point where you can no longer get that dumbbell all the way up, but you can still rep out partials. Whereas if you were to do a standing cuff lateral raise with a cable set up at the right height, you'll notice you can't even do partials once you fail. That's because you fatigued that muscle throughout its entire contractile, oh, I can't speak, throughout its entire contractile range, which is what we want. Pardon?
Why don't you ask the producer to turn down your video?
I didn't know you could.
I'm not saying do it.
I think Eddie Hall does. Yeah. Because when one, like, you wouldn't be able to hear your voice as much, and also on YouTube, if the video's got the song in the background, it'll pick up on it, YouTube will, and you won't be able to monetize your video. So you can't make any money. Well, I don't make any money from YouTube. Well, I make like 60p a video, so it's not worth like fussing over. Second exercise we've got in at the moment is the Prime, absolutely beautiful machine, by the way. Incline press. Reason we're going with incline before flat. Again, front delts are going to get hit more in an incline press than they are in a flat press, and so it makes sense. And majority of people haven't got enough upper chest. For me, my lower chest is more developed. Just genetically, that's how it is, and so I need more upper chest, I need more front delts, so it just makes sense.
Come on.
Don't go for fucking load PBs when you're at your all-time lowest body weight. Next up, we've literally just hopped onto the next machine, Prime Flat Press, for the exact same reasons as the last one. It's stable, you can adjust the resistance profile, it converges, it's perfect. Neutral grip, everything you could possibly want. There's a few other decent machines in here. You've got the Atlantis machines over there, but for me, I just prefer these. 2 plates. Last week I got 8, both of them on the middle pin, and we'll do the same as what we did on the incline. We'll do the first set with it on the middle pin. Second set, we'll then move it a little bit of the load to the lengthened position. We did this on upper, didn't we? Yeah. That's going off the numbers I did on upper, and we did it fresh as well, didn't we? Not three chest exercises deep. So those numbers were based off of what we did when we did this flat press last time, which we actually did it on an upper day. Usually we do an Atlantis flat. I don't know, why did we swap it?
You don't like that?
The Atlantis flat?
Yeah.
It's okay. It makes more sense to do the Atlantis flat now, I think.
Yeah.
But I can't be arsed move. So next session, we'll do the Atlantis flat and leave this out. We'll do this on an upper day when we're more fresh. Because the Atlantis flat, it doesn't converge. Or does it? I think it does slightly. Nowhere near as much as this anyway. Like, this is fully across your body. So if you're doing a standing cuffed cable lateral raise, right, you don't hang onto it and lean like this. Just set up the cable so that when your arm is by your side, that cable makes a 90-degree angle with your upper arm. Have you got the cuffs?
Yeah, in the car.
Oh, can't be arsed, go fucking fetch them. No, don't bother. Because we've only got 2 sets, haven't we? There's no point.
Oh yeah, we've only got like 10 minutes.
Choose a D-handle. Oh, they've got cuffs here actually. So you can see there, the cable, bang, bang, 90-degree angle, and then all you're doing, use your resting arm to push against the machine, keep your core nice and tight, raise. You want that cable pulling slightly behind you as well, because you're not raising directly up to the side, you're raising slightly in front of you. So you want the cable going in the opposite direction. So we've hit all areas of the chest. We've hit the front delts, the side delts. Now we're gonna hit the arms. Now, the way I like to program arms is I will hit a bicep and a tricep exercise on both push and pull. Now, rather than absolutely hammering my triceps on push or trying to do 6 sets of biceps on push, which some people like to do, I like to do 1 of each. So for example, today, with this being a push session, my triceps will already be somewhat fatigued. Now, like I said earlier in the video, muscles retain their strength in their lengthened position for longer. And so I'm going with an overhead extension for the triceps, and then because my biceps are pretty fresh, I've not used them, I'm going with a preacher curl for the biceps. And then on my pull session, because I will have used obviously my biceps to some degree in my pulling motions, I'll go with a more lengthened exercise for the biceps there. So something like a face away cable curl, you could do an incline dumbbell curl, and then I will do something more shortened for the triceps. So something like a dual rope push down or a crossbody cable extension. That's the way I like to program arms, because you get the benefit of a higher frequency and you also get the benefit of higher quality of set. Because you're not just trashing your triceps or trashing your biceps with 6 sets of it, you get that higher frequency and the quality of those sets is going to be better. It must have worked because I'm a pretty long guy, right? I'm limb dominant. I've got long as fuck arms, and so for them to look big, it must have done something, because there used to be a pretty big weak point in my physique. So at the moment for abs, I'm doing sort of like a circuit, which if you're on my email list, you'll know the other day I took the piss out of circuits. Now this is because I need more than just abs. Most people just want a 6-pack, right? And so if you just want a 6-pack, do some crunches, do some hanging leg raises, get stronger at them, you'll build your abs. However, for me being on stage, I need to be able to control my midsection, not just my abs, like my transverse abdominis, be able to control that and keep that nice and tight whilst I'm on stage for like, and who knows, I could be posing for like, I'm pretty sure when Joel competed the other week, he said he was on stage for actually like 45 minutes to an hour. So I need to be able to control my midsection for that long. So at the moment I'm doing a machine crunch, I'm doing a hanging leg raise, I'm doing sort of like a decline crunch, plank, and then side plank. I'll do 2 sets of each of those, 2 failure on everything. I'm also doing vacuums every morning. I'll sometimes just throw some in as well whilst I'm waiting for the shower to warm up. And that, honestly, has transformed my fucking midsection, because before this prep, obviously I was pretty fat, but I had shit control of my midsection. My bracing during my lifts, on my hat squat, my RDLs was terrible. Whereas now, like you've heard me speak about, my RDLs, my hat squat, everything is all improving, and I would put a lot of that down to being able to brace better. And that is Shelf Building 101 with Morg. How to build some double D titties. Obviously genetics play a big role for me, but doesn't mean I don't know how to grow a chest, okay? And to simplify it, obviously I've talked a lot there about resistance profiles, about converging machines and all this bollocks. To simplify it for you, right? Pick exercises which you like. For example, if you prefer a flat dumbbell press, if you still like to barbell bench press, you can still build your chest doing that, right? But get strong at that with control through a full range of motion, and trust me, you will build your fucking chest. That's about as simple as it gets. Now, obviously things are fucking heating up. I'm 4 weeks out from my show now, officially as of today, and so it's time. It's game time. So I will leave the video there. If you did enjoy it, click subscribe. You can watch me pick up that gold medal on show day if you do that. Just kidding, by the way. I'm not, am I? I'm gonna take the W.